Where are you at right now in your career?
Um, it's kind of strange because I feel like, or this is the feedback I've gotten, I'm more popular since I've been out than I was when I was actually in, I feel like. More, I guess, as far as being, just people being aware of who I am and my contributions to the adult industry are more, I feel like, known now than, in the moment, I feel like.
Well, well, without kissing your butt, why do you think that is that you were popular more while you were gone? You think the people missed you that much? Did you miss it that much? What was
No, I don't know. And if you figure that one out, like you let me know too, because I mean, I feel like I was pretty popular then, but I feel like, yeah, when I go out places, I feel like I'm more recognized now. Does that make sense? Just more,
100%?
but I think it just has to do with the way that porn is circulated. Like it takes some time for people, like the general public, to like really know who stars are. So I think just my videos aged very well, and people see me now and they see me then, and they can't tell that it's like a 9-year difference. To them, they're like, "Oh, I didn't even know that you quit." So, oh, thank you. So,
My 2 cents might be that maybe you were out there too much, and then people, when you were not out there, people realized how much they missed you. Then they had to have more.
maybe, but I only did 33 boy girl videos in my when I was
Okay.
actively shooting, and I did 33 girl girl videos when I was actively shooting. So, I mean, I really didn't shoot that much when you put it all to like the amount of time that I was in the industry versus like how much I shot. I mean, the amount of time, like the amount of videos that most girls have done by now are like, 400 or 500 videos. I'm barely breaking 100 now in my career. So I think that could be it, but I really didn't shoot that much. So I don't know if that's necessarily the case.
Was that a conscious decision not to shoot that much?
Um, no, it's just how it worked out. It wasn't um I didn't really shoot boy girl that much. Like I think the first year and a half I was in, I didn't shoot hardcore boy girl. I just did hand job, blowjob scenes, and then I shot boy girl for about a year, like total. But in that year and a half, or however, yeah, like a year and a half, it was only 33 scenes. So
But you were
yeah,
staying busy. You were webcamming, or you were, I guess, platforms,
yeah,
multiple
different
platforms. I
platforms.
hope.
Definitely webcamming. Definitely doing OnlyFans, and yeah, also custom videos. I get a lot of custom video requests. So, yeah, my fans have been very supportive of me, obviously, because I haven't been shooting. And, so I appreciate them. They're awesome. Thanks, you guys.
OnlyFans. Tell me about your OnlyFans. Let's try and make you some money.
Okay, yeah, I do everything pretty much myself. Uh, I do have a person that he helps me edit videos and stuff like that, mostly because I try to focus on more of my solo content because that's my solos are very popular. So, I try to put like as much effort as I can into that. But usually if I shoot boy girl, I kind of leave it up to the male to like edit the videos and stuff like that. And most of the when you do content trade, most of the gentlemen, they're happy to like edit the videos because they want it a certain way, they shoot it, and so I think that's cool. It takes a lot of stress off of me. I can just show up, be pretty, suck some dick, and be on my way.
For collabing, when you collab with somebody, do you do it by the number of followers they have? Do you do it by this dude's hot and I want to collab with him? Do you how does that work for you?
um, for me, I think I've mostly just been kind of reaching out to male talent that maybe always saw each other or hung out, but we never
Okay.
got a chance to shoot together. I feel like I'm lucky and like I do have a lot of male talent that I didn't get to shoot with, so we get to shoot together now. It's kind of cool.
And to be successful on platforms like OnlyFans, is it more about personality, or do you think people just want to see you get boned?
No, I don't know. It depends on the kind of experience they're looking for. Like some guys want more attention than others, so That depends on, and some guys just want videos. Some guys only come for the live shows. It just depends. Everyone's different.
You do the girlfriend experience and all that stuff?
Yeah, I try to like cover everything with my fans just because during my career I was always cast in so many different roles, I've done like foot scenes, dom scenes. I've never done any sub scenes really, but I don't really get those guys too often. Um yeah, like cucks and so yeah, I try to make sure that it's, what everyone wants, but at the end of the day, most of my fans, they like whatever I put out. So I try to I've got a lot of really good ideas and I've got a lot of really amazing fantasies. So I try to make them as real as I can for my fans because when I masturbate, like I want to watch something like that's good. Like I wanna watch something that feels real. I wanna watch something that makes me feel connected because it makes my orgasm better. So,
For you personally, what is a good scene? Is a good scene perfectly lit? Is a good scene angles? Is a good scene? Are you like a pervert when you shoot?
I
You
mean, you wanna have good lighting, that's just a given, but a good scene is just a scene that like you're into it. You're enjoying yourself. You're not just like, let me put the dildo in and just you're like, put the dildo in and do that, but and if you don't want it in you, like don't do it. Because I feel like it reads on camera. Like you can tell when the girl's really into it, and you can tell when she's not. So
and for you, when you create content, do you shoot stuff you want to shoot or stuff you think will sell?
it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. I try to think of scenarios that guys like where it's not necessarily something that would obviously happen for me as a woman. Like obviously I'm not going to walk into Starbucks and be like, hey, I don't have money to pay for this coffee, can I just suck your cock instead? But like imagine if you were a young guy, and you're in
No.
college and this hot girl walks in and she's like, hey, like so in my mind that's an idea that would sell. It's not something that I would personally like be like, "Oh man, that's a fantasy." But what is a fantasy of mine is, maybe I do see a guy that I like. Maybe I don't know him that well. Maybe I do want to suck his cock. Maybe he lets me. Like so, parts of my fantasies are incorporated into scenarios that I think are appealing to most men. So it's a little bit of both.
And do your fans want to see a specific sex act from you? Some guys want to see more BJ, some guys want to see more boy girl. Do you do
Mm,
anal? Do you not do anal?
I do anal. Yeah, I do.
Do your
Yeah.
fans have a preference between any of the three, I guess?
I don't think they do, to be honest. No. Um, no, they don't have a preference. I mean, they obviously like watching me shoot boy girl, but I don't think that they're not gonna be like, "Oh man, I just can't believe there's no dick in this fucking video." They're just gonna enjoy it either way.
I shoot content, we produce stuff for different people. And a lot of times the girls' fan bases, some people want to see more POV, some people would prefer you literally just put raw footage up,
Mhm.
and then some people want the storylines and all that. Do you deal with that? Do you have those type of issues?
I only have those types of issues. I wouldn't even call it an issue, but if a fan is being that specific, it's usually for a custom video, and I'm happy to oblige. Like some people don't like the long angle camera;
Right,
they want the wide shot. Some people, they don't. I don't know. They want you to wear a specific outfit or something.
right, right.
Yeah, I try to be accommodating. I don't see it as an issue though. I mean, if someone presents something to me and it sounds complicated, first I'm gonna ask for more money. And then if we can't come to agreement, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's save some fat off the sides. What can we
Right.
cut down here a little bit?
What's the craziest request you got for a custom video?
This is your question. It's so funny. I got this question last week as well. Um, That's my dog. I really don't get crazy requests for customs. Oh, there was this guy. He asked me, he requested it if I would do a farting and a burping video for him. Yeah, and I think that's probably the craziest one I've gotten.
Right. Um, at this point in your career, do you think you've gotten a fair shake from the industry?
I think I did. Yeah, I have no complaints. I think that unfortunately for me, like I had to exit the industry for, my own reasons that, we don't need to super go into, but I feel like I personally like I could have done more, but obviously, you want to focus on your health, you want to focus on your mental health, you want to make sure that, you can continue in this industry because, I have lost a lot of friends, a lot of girls, and a lot of the ones that I'm talking about. And so I'm always grateful to be here. And I just know that if they ever need to stop, and I believe Tara Patrick told me that she said, if you ever need to stop, if you ever need to take a break, just take a break. This will always be here. You can always come back. And so I've just always held that, so I do feel like I got a lot of really amazing opportunities that a lot of girls may not have, and, didn't get a chance to get during that time. But, you know, I feel like I unfortunately cut my own self short on what I could have accomplished. And, I'm happy that I have been so warmly and well received by my peers because this is my second family, and I've always known like whenever I want to come back into this, like I know that I can, and that's really cool because a lot of people cannot say that about their career choices. Yeah, like I left and they're just gonna welcome me back with open arms. Like no, it's not usually how that happens.
Agree, disagree. This is just a personal thing on my end, but do you think it's harder in this business, no pun intended, to be an African American female actress working?
Mm, I I don't know. I don't know about right now because so much has changed since I was in that I feel like it's too premature for me to comment. Obviously, I can say, even with my past experiences, like, yeah, there were things that I would say that were not fair, but it's not that I didn't get a lot of fair opportunities. I just didn't get, every single person. I feel like that's what a lot like everyone doesn't have to shoot you. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna get shot. It's just everyone doesn't have to shoot you. So, does that mean that um it's because I'm black? It could be, but it doesn't matter because I still got this other opportunity with this other company. They didn't care that I was black. So but now it's really not like that. I mean, everything's so diverse and I mean, I even learned recently interracial is not a thing. You're not supposed to say that. It's just regular porn now. I'm like, what? Okay. So yeah, you say when you're like, oh, I'm shooting interracial today. No. And I'm sitting there thinking like, really? Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know that. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna say so far I think I'm doing all right. Yeah, even being with my year-round tan. So,
And do you think the breaks you've taken have helped your longevity?
no, I don't think I did it for longevity purposes. I just did it for, health reasons. From the way I understood it is most girls get into porn and then once you get out, you kind of just like fade away and people, and like that's the thing. Like you get in, you get out. But that didn't happen that way for me, which I'm so thankful for. But yeah, I didn't really have like, oh, if I take a break for so long, I don't have longevity. I think the longevity is just my work. I was always good at my work. Like I love my job. And I think people know that, the work speaks for itself. I'm not saying that like the best or anything of that means. I'm just saying that like I love what I do and it shows on camera.
Has your perception of sex changed now that you've been in the business?
Hmm. Yeah.
Good, bad, different? I don't know.
Unfortunately, it's given me this, like, it's giving me this false level of attainment that you really can't get outside of having sex in the industry, so, um, it's frustrating. It's made okay, let me stop. It's given me a good light on it because I realized I've gotten to explore a lot of fantasies, and I've gotten to a chance to do things that in a safe, controlled environment that a lot of women don't get to experience. I've got to learn things about my body in a safe, healthy way that a lot of women don't get to experience. And so I would say that being in the porn industry and like having the experiences that I've been able to have with professionals who know what they're doing, like, they're like, we're not going to hurt each other. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so what I've realized is talking to a lot of my other friends who work in the sex industry, not necessarily porn, like a lot of women don't necessarily get to have that experiences that I've had where they can explore their sexuality and figure out what they like and what they don't like in a controlled environment. And if things do get out of hand, guess what? There's repercussions. You can go to someone and there will be people that have your back. And what I realize is like a lot of women don't have that. And that's, it's so unfortunate. It really is. But yeah, it's made me more aware, I guess, of the kind of sexual experiences I get to have and, you know, just how fortunate I am that I do enjoy what I do so much and I get to experience it in a safe, healthy way.
Uh, I'm gonna guess because I'm brain dead at this point. You
Okay.
were you were very sexually active before you got into the sex industry. And is sex now a job for you, or do you
No, I
still have that
wasn't
same
actually.
thirst
I
for sex?
wasn't. I was actually in one. I actually only had. I was in one long-term relationship with a guy, and then we broke up when I was 22 or 23. I had sex with one other person, and then I got into the adult industry.
Oh, good, brain dead. But then, do you still enjoy intimacy, or do you just prefer fucking?
It depends on my mood, to be honest. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes I wanna cuddle, but not usually, no, I wouldn't say, but that's not because of porn, that's just my personality.
Do you see yourself in a relationship with a civilian, or do you think that's not possible?
I don't think about stuff like that because it's not at the top of my menu, so, I don't know, I don't really entertain things like that. If I'm supposed to meet someone and it's supposed to happen, it'll just happen, it won't matter. He's a civilian or if he's in the industry, it will be what it is. So,
And was there a point or something over the course of your career where you felt you established yourself?
mm, probably probably I felt like when I was in like Hustler and then Penthouse also put me in their magazine, and then Digital Desire shot me. And right before I got sick, Aaron Lee, he had offered me a showcase to come back and like do porn. So yeah, probably at that point I was like, okay, people like me. I'm doing something. Something's working. So, but yeah, after that I had to just make you know, some tough decisions for myself, and I did. And I'm back and I'm ready to um, just kind of finish what I started.
People always wonder when famous celebrities like yourself leave the adult industry, like, is there a retirement home for porn stars? Do you go and live off some
No, I actually didn't
royalties?
leave. I shot Girl Girl for the most of the years that I was an actor shooting Boy Girl. I was actually shooting Girl Girl. I shot a lot of Girl Girl movies. It's just people don't really watch Girl Girl, so but if you go look up, I think I just probably stopped shooting the last 2 years. I didn't do any boy girl or girl girl, but yeah, for like 4 years, did a lot of girl girl scenes.
And when you decide to come back to shooting boy girl, do you consciously change your approach to doing it? Is there a difference in how you approach it, how you do it? Or do you just
Yeah, I lick balls more now. Yeah, for sure. I realized back then I was really good at sucking the dick, but like I didn't lick balls as much, and I'm not sure why. Because I do like licking them, but yeah, yeah, I think I've gotten better. So I'm excited to kind of show that off. Yeah, I don't, yeah, I
uh,
lick balls
you
more.
mentioned you did anal. Do you do rim jobs, not do rim jobs?
Oh yeah, I do. I did them back then though as well. I shot with Pierre Woodman. And that was one of the things that he asked me if I would do it. And I was thinking there, I was like, I mean, I used to do it to my high school boyfriend. So I was like,
Right.
yeah, I mean, it's not that crazy. I'll do it. So, but yeah, I do. I just shot a rim job with Love Her Films.
You mentioned your high school boyfriend. Were you very sexually active in high school?
It was just he and I. No, he was. I mean, we were sexually active, but just with each other. Yeah.
And he took your virginity and the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing. And then I took his virginity. So.
And the first time you guys had sex, did you initiate it? Did he initiate it? How does all that happen?
Um, I think it was mutual. We both wanted to kind of do, we both wanted to do it, I think. Yeah, but I mean, I was a virgin, but I was very familiar with masturbation and, like what felt good. But no, he wanted to do it, and so we did. And then after that, things got like a little crazier, and we ended up paying one of our friends. They were a little older than us. He was like 18. We paid him to buy us a strap on so I could like fuck him in the ass. And so yeah, like I started fucking my high school boyfriend in the ass when we were like 16 or something like that.
So you smile, you enjoy pegging guys, I guess?
I mean, we would go to Victoria's Secret and he would pick out underwear for me to like peg him in the panties. So I mean, he wanted me to do it. At the time, I didn't think it was like that strange because we were being encouraged in school to be sexually explorative. So, but
Uh,
yeah, I look back at it now. I'm like, yo, we were 15 years old, pegging dudes in the ass. Like, yeah, I was.
Now do you like pegging guys?
Only if they want me to. Only if they want me to. You know, I don't mind like a guy who likes wearing butt plugs and stuff like that. We're fucking. I think that's cool. Like, I'll put it in and stuff.
Uh, Prior to going all the way, you masturbated. Had you done BJs or anything in between? Or did you masturbate and then go all the way?
Um, I think no, I never did BJ's or anything like that. No, he was the first guy that I ever did anything with, and I think I like had to work. I was just like kind of freaked out. I'm like, but you pee out of there, you want me to suck it? So definitely was not going to lead with the BJ.
Uh, at this point, you can see yourself good at giving a BJ.
Yeah, I was actually talking with my fans about that last night. I told them I was like, "Do you guys know where I learned how? Do you guys know how I learned how to suck dick?" And men taught me how to suck dick because a lot of women don't know this, but if you just ask them like, hey, am I doing this right? Like, am I holding, like, they'll show you like, no, like you can do it like this, that feels good. So men actually taught me how to suck dick, and yeah, I appreciate them for that because I'm very good at it now.
But at this point, do you suck dick because you like it or because
Oh, I
they
love
enjoy
it. Oh
it?
my God, it's so amazing for me. Yeah, I know I truly enjoy it. That's one thing my ex-boyfriends can never complain about the amount of blowjobs they would get. So
For you, what's the secret to a good BJ? Are you a hand person, a spit person?
Oh, no, if you can breathe, you're not doing it right. Yeah, you should be literally when you come up and then back down. I mean, you gotta hold your breath, you know?
Right.
That's how you, because you gotta get the suction going. The suction's how you, because you know, you can do the hand movements and stuff like that. But if the suction is just right, I mean, you really don't need your hand. I mean, yeah. But anyway, some guys are different though. They like pushing on certain places on their balls or like cupping them. It just depends. But yeah,
And
that's the secret to a good BJ is not breathing.
do you like deep throating, being face fucked and all that?
I mean, yes. Is that a was that a trick question?
No, no, no. It's
Okay, yes,
I had this
absolutely.
discussion with somebody in Spain, literally,
Mm,
well, they're 6 hours ahead. And she was very specific about the differences between the two. And I
okay.
understand some girls who like love the suck cock, but the minute the guy touches her head, they freak. Some
Okay.
girls, some girls, it's a challenge to see how much they can get in their mouths. Some girls and guys love sloppy, wet blowjobs. I love them when they're just wet and sloppy and the
Mhm.
girl's happy and you're having fun and it's a cool thing going on. There's a lot of positive energy and it's
Right.
very cool. So I was just curious where you stand in the middle of or your
I guess
perspective
when
on
I'm
that.
doing it, I'm probably doing it more for my pleasure than his. I know that sounds really strange, but like I have an oral fixation, and so I know it feels good for him, but it feels really good for me too. It feels really good to feel it touching my mouth, sliding on my tongue. So I don't care, how I don't know, I don't really care because I'm really doing it for me 'cause I you're gonna get off, it's gonna be good for you, but, like, it's relaxing for me, it's how I relieve stress, it's, you know, it's very sexy for me, it's something that I really you know, it's between me and the penis. You're there, you know,
Right.
hey, you're there, but it's really between, like, how I'm feeling, how my mouth wants to feel, and, you know, you come I'm so happy. That's great. I'm glad it was felt really good for you. It felt good for me too.
God bless you, young lady.
Yeah, next time I'll think about it though if I
When you have a man's penis in your mouth, do you ever feel a sense of power over him?
No, no, it's not a power thing. It's just I like the sensation in my mouth. I don't know. It's literally a physical thing. It's not a mental thing. I mean, if it was like, you know, I used to chew on the tip of straws a lot, suckers a lot, chewing gum. I used to bite my nails all the time. It's just I have an oral fixation, so
And have you ever used your oral abilities to get something you wanted?
I have, but usually with my mouth, just talking, talking them to submission. So,
And you're giving a guy a blowjob, you sense he's about to come. Are you the type of girl that either teases him not to, so you can prolong the BJ, or do you let him finish right away?
um, mm, it depends. I have given guys BJs where they tell me they've never come from a BJ from a girl ever, and before I know it, before they know it, like 5 minutes later, they're coming. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I just kind of leave it up to him. Like, I hope he doesn't come that fast, but I don't know. It just depends on how good it's feeling for him. I guess. You know, like, but no, I don't. If he asks me to edge him, sure, I'll do it. But I don't personally don't do the edging. It's not my thing because I can't hold back my orgasms anyway. So, you know, I don't want to put it someone else through that. I just want, like, I want to come. I want you to come. Just feel good. So.
A guy pops, do you prefer he pop in your mouth, on your face, your boobs?
Oh, I mean, I like when guys jerk off on my tits. I like watching them come on me, so That would be like old, like, yeah, what I like the most. But um, if I really like a guy, I will let him come on my lips. So, and I think that's pretty hot. So
Have you
that's,
done a lot of stuff with glasses on? Have you had guys pop on your glasses?
oh no, no, because come get to my eye. I can't deal with that. Heck no. And I gotta be able to see. I already have astigmatism. Why are you trying to make it worse? No, no, I let like you getting like you suck a guy's dick and then you jerk
Hmm.
him off. And I'm telling you, it comes all over your mouth and you just lick it all up. Oh, it drives them crazy. They love it.
Now, are you content if you give a guy a BJ and he comes and you don't get sex, or do you have to
Hmm?
be? Are you content if you just give a guy a blowjob and he comes and he's done, or does he have to fuck you afterwards?
I mean, I'd like it if you licked my pussy, but I mean, no, it's not. No, usually I just want to suck the dick. It doesn't. I'm not trying to, I don't know. Yeah, it's not like that. I mean, I'd like to come, but it's not like a requirement. Especially if I initiated the blowjob, you know?
And a guy goes down on you. What's the correct way for a guy to go down on you? Do you like your clit licked? Do you
Oh
like
my
fingers in
gosh,
your vagina? Do
gently.
you like
Yeah,
what?
no. Soft. Yeah, my clit's very sensitive, so I feel like a lot of women like it their clits rubbed and licked hard, and oh man, it's so painful when it's like that. So I just try to tell guys, less is more with this one. The softer you go, the more I feel it. So,
You feel you intimidate guys because you're a very good looking woman with a very nice body. You've got a lot of
hmm
more sexual experience than most dudes. So if I saw you someplace, you'd be very, very pretty, but I would be scared to shit of trying to say anything to you.
what I don't are you asking me what they think? Or are you asking me what I
No,
think
no,
they
I'm asking you if you think sometimes you intimidate men.
I don't care if I intimidate men, so I don't know. Probably, I've been told by a lot of people that I can be intimidating, but I think that's like I'm not trying to be, I'm just myself. So, some people know what they can handle and some people don't. So, yeah, you get around me and you're like, oh, it's a lot. It probably is.
And are you a direct woman when it comes to sex?
Mm, no, I'm pretty flirty. I'm a tease. I'm a cock tease. I'm a flirty cock tease.
Piece for you. Does that mean you wear short skirts and you know dudes are checking your body out, and does that turn you
No,
on?
I usually just wait for moments to be flirty and I might say something covertly or maybe sometimes overtly. It just depends. I think it's more about the way you say things and not what you say that can be the tease.
And do you like dirty talk?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
Talk to you or you talking dirty?
It, yeah, I mean I love talking dirty obviously to people, but do I like being dirty talked? It depends. Not all men are good at it. So yeah, it just depends. Like if you got like, some guys have a lot of games, so they can say something really sexy and some guys don't. So yeah, I don't really it just depends.
But if this is sound like a bad porno, but if we see you in a bar and you look just stunning, a guy walks up to you and whispers something dirty in your ears. Do you slap him? Do you do what?
I don't know if no one's ever done anything like that to me. I don't think I'd slap them because, you never know who you're hitting when you're out in public. I would probably just look at him and go, "Excuse me? Like, what did you say to me?" I'd probably be a little confrontational and ask them not to do that and, just, treat me like a lady. I'm out in public just because I'm sitting here doesn't mean that you get to act like a pig, you know?
And you like rough sex? You don't like rough sex?
It depends on my mood.
But hair pulling is okay,
No, oh
assuming
my
it's done
gosh.
right.
No, no,
Okay.
I don't do that.
Choking,
Sometimes. If the guy knows how to do it right,
of
yeah.
course. Spanking,
Yeah, that's good.
and do you know what CNC scenes are?
CNC things?
Yes,
Yeah.
consensual, non-consensual.
Oh, I don't think I've had, like, fantasies. Mm, no. I don't think I've ever no, I don't think so. Because I feel like you have to have, like, a level of communication
Of course.
with the person that you're doing that with, and I just don't think most people are capable of that level of communication, to be honest.
Bondage. Do you want to shoot? Have you done bondage photo shoots and all that? Do you want to do bondage photo
I
shoots?
I have done them, but it's usually for, private companies, a lot of European companies, usually for, um, sites or sometimes, collectors, but yes, I have shot them, just not mainstream.
When you're not doing silly interviews like this, what do you like to do?
I like to work, I like to, um, I like to hang out with my dog, I like to watch movies, um, smoke weed, and,
Well,
just make sure I'm kind of working I don't know, I work a lot, so it's kind of just something that's part of my personality, unfortunately. I think I get it from my mom. My mom loves she doesn't love to work, but she does work a lot, so but, yeah, when I'm not doing this, I like to, journal, I like learning about food chemistry, a lot of books, so I always have a book to read if I want one. Kinda boring, so
if people want to book you for work, do you have an agent?
yeah, I do. I am with 101 with, Fran, and I'm also with AMA with, Brian, and you can book me through either one of them. They're both wonderful agents.
And you basically have the main OnlyFans and what was the only one? Pornhub or no? You have many vids, right? You have OnlyFans and
I do have a
many.
minivan, yeah, if you go to my website, jezabelvessir.xxx, it has all my socials and, everything pretty much linked there. Eventually, once I get more content for the site, that will be the website that you go to for all my content eventually. So, but, yeah, I've got some, you know, it's a nice little preview of what's to come. I've got a lot of content stockpiled, so I'm excited to share it with everyone.
And this long journey you had, is there any part of
Mhm.
it that surprises you, shocks you, amazes you that you did it, you survived it, you thought you'd never try it? Is there anything in that?
Sometimes I can't believe, how many people that I trusted that I shouldn't have trusted, to be honest. I'm a little amazed by that.
Oh, I agree with
But,
you 100%. I'm not, we could talk about that
yeah.
for hours. I'm not going to go there. But I agree with you. I agree with
I
you.
sometimes it amazes me. I'm like, "What was I hello, knock, knock." But, yeah, that's probably the only downside, I would say, but I feel like from learning that, you do eventually learn who you can trust, who you can be around, who the good people are. It just takes some time, but that's what I would say to
But
that.
one other thing very quickly on this part. Over the last 24 months, let's say, we've sadly had a bunch of people pass away from different things in the business.
Mm.
Now, do you think the business had something to do with that? Does the business put this much pressure on you between social media and all the other things to push you to
Mhm.
that point, or do you think people have pre-existing conditions?
I think that even if you don't look inside of my industry, if you just look out and the society as a whole, there's just a problem. I mean, they we can look at it and go, "Oh, well, is it the industry? Is it this? Is it that?" Like, well, if it's just the industry for us, like, what is it for everyone else? I think unfortunately what we're seeing is just It's a bigger problem than we thought because it's bleeding into every industry, not just mine. It's in every industry. Everyone at every level is suffering from some sort of vice, be it pornography, be it alcohol, be it drugs, be it prescription drugs. I mean, the doctors will get you hooked, you know. Is that a problem with their industry? So I think that answering that question, I think that we need to look not at us porn stars and go, "Oh, are you guys just so stressed that you just can't stay off the pipe?" Like, like, what do you say to all the other people that are literally dying from drug overdoses as well? What do you tell them? Like, are you just so stressed that you can't handle it? Like, why do you keep dying of drug overdoses? I mean, you're not in porn. You just wake up and go to your job every single day, right? Come home to your kids. Like, why do you keep drinking so much wine? Why do you need prescription pills? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like with that line of questioning, you it's dangerous because it singles a certain group out instead of looking at the entire whole.
Anything you want to say to all of your fans?
I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your support. And I will see you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday on my OnlyFans for my live shows. So make sure that you subscribe.
Thank you. Very quickly, that was the first part of this. Is there anything we just discussed you were not happy with? Anything I need to take out?
Did I ramble too much? Is everything good?
You
I
are
know I get on
cool
my
as
little
fuck.
soapbox
You you
sometimes.
you you are cool as fuck. You're natural. You're normal. Normal in the sense of you don't come off like some porn girls.
Mm,
You know, I personally think you should have been a lot bigger star. I think
thank you.
though the fact that you've done less scenes, boy girl, is going to be better for you in long term.
Yeah,
Should you choose to do long term, how everybody looks at their stuff differently. I'm working on a series right now, and it's kind of it's like the behind the scenes of everything that goes on because you and I live what people I guess would think is really crazy lives. But to you
yeah,
and I, it was just that was Monday and that was Tuesday.
yeah,
And the other thing that's always interested me about everybody, more so the performers, is you guys, sorry, ladies, you people. The fact that you've got what some people consider an interesting job shouldn't matter. You're a person at the beginning of the day and the end of the day.
yeah,
And everybody on this planet has a story.
right.
And I will cut this out, but I think African American actresses have gotten seriously screwed in this business in terms of awards, in terms of jobs you should have gotten,
Yeah,
respect,
right.
just just overall.
I know, but I've learned it's better to not complain, don't bite the hand that feeds you at the
Okay,
end of the
very
day.
quickly, we do
But
this thing.
because, I realize that I when I see now, I see a lot more girls getting a lot more opportunities. Like it's not just, oh, we can only shoot one black girl at a time. It's not like that anymore. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, but overall, there are some ridiculously beautiful African American women. And I
Yeah.
look at some of these people, not people that sounded bad, but it's like she should be there. When I see this person who I'm not even going to get into politics right now, how she
Yeah.
got there, that's another discussion. But anyway, we do this thing called
Right.
20 clues to your favorite star. And basically, I'm going to give you some questions. Just give me the first thing that pops in your head. If you don't want to
Okay.
answer something, just give me a look and we'll go right by it.
Okay.
Your stage name is
Hold on, let me turn this off. It's like it like auto tracks.
you're fine.
Like, okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm ready.
Your stage name is
Jezabel Vessir.
your height and measurements are
5'5", 32. Oh my gosh, 32 G right now, right? Yeah, 32 G's right now. I don't know what my waist is. It feels a little chubby though. I might ask, probably like 30, 34, 36. I don't know, I don't measure.
For bookings, people should contact.
I'm sorry?
For bookings, people should contact. Who? If people want to book you for work, who do they contact?
Okay. You should either contact Fran with 101 Modeling or Brian with AM.
Your social media platforms and your OnlyFans and all that stuff is are.
Yes, if you go to Jezabel Vessir .xxx, that'll take you to my OnlyFans, as well as all my socials, my Instagram, Jezabel Vessir _IRL. I also have a Safe for Work account. It's a Gym Siren, GYM Siren JV. That's, because Instagram hates my other account. And also my OnlyFans, you can find me on X, which is also located on my website. It's JEZEBELVISSER. The handle's spelled different, long story short. um, and yeah, you can, find me there. Subscribe.
The first time you discovered what sex was,
I'm sorry?
the first time you discovered what sex was,
Mm, I don't know. Sex. The first time I discovered what sex was, like the idea of sex, or a man and a woman having sex.
either way, for you.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Um, you mentioned before your cock tease. When did you first realize you had an effect on boys?
When I got boobs, I was like, no, 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 no.
Growing up, were there any people you fantasized about having sex with but never did?
Strangely enough, Jackie Chan. I don't know why. I always wanted to have sex with Jackie Chan. I never got the chance to, so I don't know what I'll do now.
But growing up, there was a boy that lived next door you thought was cute, or somebody.
Mm, no, the boys were kind of mean to me growing up. I was bullied a little bit, so I didn't really fantasize about them too much.
You were bullied because of.
Because I was different, I guess. I couldn't tell you. I never stopped to ask them why. Like, hey, why are you guys always fucking with me? Seriously, cut this shit out. I want the reason. All of you, jot it down on a piece of paper and slip it under my door. All
You know,
right.
without kissing your butt, you're a good-looking woman now. I would imagine you were pretty back then. So did that make the other girls jealous? Did that make the boys not happy when you didn't fall under their charm? Did they bully you for that? I mean,
Yeah, I know. I was so busy being tormented. I just never stopped to ask. I'm
okay,
sorry. I never
okay.
thought about it.
Um, in any level of education, have you ever offered a teacher sex for a better grade?
Oh, no, 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 never. I used to make my teachers cry, and definitely not for those kinds of reasons. No, I went to a very special school for children that have issues with authority, so I was not trying to fucking blow my teacher at all. Like, maybe I was, yeah, definitely not. No, my teacher was not getting any sort of
So you
sexual
had
favors
you had
from
issues
me.
with you had issues with people of authority. So you were
Yes,
rebel. You
with
were
adults.
rebellious.
Yeah, it's just had a behavioral issue. I just didn't like adults telling me what to do. That's all.
Right?
Yeah.
Prior to getting in the adult business, I kind of already know the answer, but I have to ask. Prior to getting in the adult business, or what was your body count?
Two.
Good for you.
Thanks.
You remember the first time you touched yourself?
Oh yeah, for sure. I do. I was really, really young. Um, yeah, I did, and I remember coming too. I was like humping my teddy bear, and I remember coming, and right after I came, I was like, Lord, I don't know what just happened, but it felt really good. Please forgive me. I was so freaked out.
Do you remember the first time you saw something adult related? A magazine, a movie, anything?
Yeah, I do. I think it was, we moved into this house and for some reason it already had like cable. So we had like Cinemax, right? So I think the first show I ever watched was this really old show called Real Sex.
I remember this. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it was like this. So I think that was probably my first introduction into kind of porn. And then the second show I ever watched, it was called Passion Cove. And I think it was like Passion Cove 6 or something like that. I don't know, but Evan Stone was in it. And because they didn't really have sex, right? They
Right.
just
It
like,
was soft porn.
they
Yeah.
just like, right,
It was
right.
soft porn. Yeah.
But I would just remember being like, man, he is so, because Evan had the long
Yeah. Yeah.
hair and he had like the leather
Looking. Yeah.
pants. He always had this shirt. So yeah, I remember that probably being thing I ever the first thing I ever consciously was like, okay, this is turning me on. I want to masturbate to it. And then right afterward, I would pray to Jesus right away because I just committed a sin. It went on like that for a long time where I'd masturbate and then I'd pray and then I'd masturbate and I'd pray. It was really crazy.
But you've met Evan since? What was that like? Like the first time you met Evan after that?
Oh my gosh, yeah, of course. I met Evan my first Exotica that I ever went to. And it was the first time that I ever smoked weed too. I was like 25 or 26, I think. And I got on the bus and I said, "Oh my God, Evan Stone." And I sat down next to him. And I said, "I know this is gonna sound weird, but I used to masturbate to you when I was a little girl." And he just looks at me and he goes, "You're not a," he goes, "You're 18, right?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm 25." He was like, "How long ago was that?" Like, was that? So yeah, it was cool. And then he like rubbed my boobs the entire way. And I was just like, oh, I was in heaven. I'm like, I can't believe I'm sitting on Evan Stone's lap and he's feeling up my tits. Like, this is wonderful.
And have you guys worked since then together?
No, we've never gotten the chance to.
But you would.
I'm sorry.
You would though if you had the chance, right?
Oh yeah, Tope. Yeah, I love Evan. He's great.
When you saw adult material, the thought ever crossed your mind that I could do that?
No, never did. No, I always thought that I'd like, you know, finish I always thought I'd finish college and like, be something related to that, whatever that would be.
Okay. Do you remember the first time you had a penis in your mouth?
Mhm, yeah, it was this guy, I didn't know it at the time. So before my, boyfriend, right, there was this guy that I dated over the summer, we didn't have sex or anything, but he, like, would jerk off in front of me in the backseat of his car, right, so I'd be watching, and so I asked him one time, I was like, "Do you want me to suck it?" And he goes, "You don't have to." I was like, "I'd like to, though," and he goes, "I just want to apologize in advance. It's very small." And at the time, I didn't like, it was the first dick I've ever like sucked or seen. So yeah, at the time, I mean, it was like when I think back, it was like that big, right? So yeah, when I do remember, it was very strange. It was very small. So
And
I don't even know if you could like really count that. It was like, yeah, it was like this. He just kept saying, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, it's so small." But I didn't realize at the time, like, yeah, he was being nice by telling me.
but do you know what you're supposed to do with it at that point?
Not really, no, that's what I told you, men taught me how to
Right.
give blowjobs, right?
The most recent penis you had in your mouth
Javon Jordan.
was it a content or was that first private?
Content, yeah. They're shooting. Yes, we have, new content coming out on our OnlyFans, so
Is there someone's penis you'd like to have in your mouth?
No one in particular. No, I don't think so.
What would be the easiest way for a man to get his penis in your mouth? Do you take you out for dinner, or are you a chocolate and flowers girl? Are you
It just depends on his game, like, it's not really like, can you impress me to the point I wanna suck your dick? It's like, can you convince me that I, like, will enjoy sucking your dick? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like guys that are coming too strong, I don't like guys that come on too creepy, and I definitely don't like guys that take me on a date that think they're gonna get a blowjob at the end, if you do get one, great. If you don't, get the fuck off my doorstep. Thanks for dinner.
but I'm guessing if you're going on some dates, are the guys dating you or Jezebel? Are they able to separate the two? Do you ever have that problem?
Mm. The only time I have that problem is when the guy already knows who I am. I never have that issue when, yeah, when a guy's just meeting me. Jezebel's not even, they're aware. Obviously, I don't hide it because that's
Yeah.
such a hard thing and such a strange thing to try to hide. But it's usually, yeah, the guys who are kind of like know me. That's usually where I find the issues.
And for sake of discussion, if the man has a small penis, can he make you choke or gag on it?
Um, the guy has a small penis. Can he make me choke or gag on it? Like, is it small length or width?
Either or.
I do kind of have a sensitive gag sometimes, so maybe, but no, not usually.
And you mentioned you had a very small body count. Good for you, young lady. Had you given more BJs and gone all the way before porn?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, we got that. We got that. You have vaginal sex. Other than a penis or a sex toy, what's the strangest thing you put in your vagina?
Yeah, those are the only two things that I've done with vagina, so I don't know how to answer that question. Yeah, no, I don't. That's I respect her and she respects me, so I try not to do things that may injure or otherwise maim her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I just when something comes with an instruction and says, "Only use this with this," or "Only wash," that's how my pussy is, like, only used with certain objects, you know?
How would you describe yourself sexually?
Mm, how do I describe myself sexually? Oh, shit. I would say fun, adventurous, um, sensual. Um, I'm very I like to take my time. I like to figure out what my lover likes, kissing, licking, touching, rubbing. Yeah, I would say I'm pretty sensual. Sometimes I'm not, sometimes I'm in a mood and like I just want to fuck. I've definitely dragged guys off of my bed and threw them in my tub and pissed all over them and it, turns me on. So it just kind of depends.
But overall, sexually speaking, are you dom or sub?
I'm a switch.
Is that like switch you're dom with women but a sub with guys, or is it switch both ways?
It just depends on my mood, and it depends on if I wanna submit to the guy. I don't very rarely submit to women, and with men, am I submissive with men in bed? I can be, but I don't have to be.
And you're into women. Do you have a look? I mean, everybody has a look.
So, look,
When it comes to women, what type of women do you like?
I like girls that have small boobs. I don't know, 'cause I like girls with big boobs, but I think it's, like, probably just because it's so different than me, like, smaller boobs. I like girls that don't talk too much, and I like girls that are nice, and yeah, I like girls that are good at eating pussy and actually enjoy it, don't just do it because whatever reason they might be doing it, which is not pleasurable. Because girls really, a lot of girls cannot lick pussy. It's kind of crazy, you know.
Okay.
I mean, you
Uh,
don't know.
well, in a way, yes. In a way, no.
Mhm.
I shot a lot of gay for pay scenes with some
Okay.
girls.
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about when they do this.
Maybe that. I shot a girl scene when I was on the
Heck?
road. Sorry to interrupt you. I shot a girl scene '97, let's say,
Yeah.
and the two girls in theory just looked like this should be a smoking hot scene,
Mhm.
and it was just dead. It was
Yeah.
just bad. But luckily, I went to film school and I understood how to make this work. A
Mhm.
lot of kite shots and okay, look for 2 seconds. Okay, you're going to give me reaction shots. I'll make this work, and it doesn't look half bad when it's done.
Right.
But in the moment, I mean, to me, I was disappointed as a dude because I thought this would be really hot. And
Mm.
then trying to shoot, I care when I shoot. I like to try and get good stuff. I just don't want stuff.
Right.
So it's kind of difficult when you want to say to a woman, you're not really licking her pussy properly. Like,
That's funny.
or can you give me some more energy or just something?
Right.
I've shot some ridiculously good looking women doing solo stuff, and I'm an energy person. So if you're not into it, I'm not into it. And I'm
Right.
sitting there low shot shooting, and she's twiddling herself, and you can tell she looks like she's gonna fall asleep.
Mhm.
And you just watch the
Yeah.
camera just fall off.
That's funny.
Cause it's like you don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. That's what I was saying about earlier,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can tell when the girl's not into
I hate having that attitude, but it's like anyway. We have political questions. This is usually where people bail out.
it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, time to go.
Um, we, let's pretend, for sake of discussion, it's award season. I
Okay.
know that just ended, but would you put out for a voter to win an award?
Would I what?
Would you have sex with someone who votes on awards to win an award?
I mean, yeah, I would. I fucking would. Hell yeah,
Good
I
for
would.
you. Bless
Yeah,
you,
I
young
would.
lady.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't be the first.
No, trust me. But would there be a specific award you'd want to win?
Mm, I don't know.
Blowjobs, because you love them so
Huh?
much. I
If I
said
what?
blowjobs because you love them so much.
Blowjobs? Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look at the categories. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna be fucking for this award, I gotta look at the categories. I gotta see which one's gonna be the most strategic with my pussy here. You know what I mean? I just want to throw one out there.
Okay. Next question. I'm not asking on my behalf. I'm asking, but would you have sex with a journalist for a better story?
Would I have sex with a journalist for a better story? Of what? What do you mean a better story on what?
He had sex. He wanted to try you out. He wanted to see how good you are. That's why I said I'm not asking on my own behalf. But a couple people freak
Oh,
out
with a
thinking I'm doing that.
journalist. I mean, I don't know if people read these days, so maybe not. I mean, I'm a little bit less suspicious because I don't think there's papers anymore. Like it's just a
Oh, that is
blog. I don't know. I don't know. Probably not, no, because people don't read.
all good. I agree with you. I've done. I'm actually. We're doing a PR thing, which is a whole nother discussion. But I think we're more in a visual business than a literary business.
Yeah.
But I personally hate attention. Absolutely hate it. I'm so introverted. It's not funny. But
Mhm.
when I have a product, I'm the biggest whore you'll never meet in your life.
Right.
I'll sell
I
this shit. Yeah, yeah. I don't care if people hate me. I don't give a shit.
Mhm.
So, would you have sex with the producer or director to get more work?
I've never done that, so probably say no because I've had opportunities to do it. I never do it. So see, that's why I would want to say yes, but I just never do that. So
Um, you mentioned it earlier, but remember the first time you gave someone a rim job? I think you said it was in high school.
yeah,
Okay, I had to ask you.
yeah, high
If we
school.
were to go down on your vagina or your butt, which would turn you on more?
Definitely my pussy, but my nipples are very sensitive. So like if you did like nipple stimulation, that would actually turn me on a lot too. So
That,
but yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna stop you from eating my ass, but I'm not gonna ask you to eat it either. Yeah, it's like kind of like a neither here nor there type deal for me. It doesn't turn me off, it doesn't turn me on either.
but your boobs, you like your nipples pinched? You like the nipples slapped? You like the
Oh
nipples
no, like
nibbled? You like
flick
them? You like
sucks.
what?
Yeah, you gotta be gentle. Like I said, with me, less is more. Don't be can't be rough with this one. She's sensitive.
What do you think is the freakiest thing you've done sexually?
The freakiest? I mean, fucking that dude in the ass at 15. It's pretty freaky. And he was like picking out Victoria's Secret panties while I did it. So, is that
You
the
might give them the
freakiest thing
story.
I've ever done? I used to have sex with this guy we would sneak up to the rooftops of buildings downtown and fuck on the rooftops. That's pretty freaky. I've also given blowjobs in bookstores, not like just on the couch, not even behind a bookcase or anything.
But
Just
in,
like a jacket over my head because
in that
I'm taking
situ
a nap. Hmm?
in that situation, is it turn on for you that people are watching, or you might get caught?
I don't know why. I don't know why I used to do that. I really don't do that now that I'm older, I feel like. But I think it's the idea that people could watch. Yeah.
And do you know what a badge bunny is?
Mm-mm.
Excuse me. For sake of discussion, you're having sex with your boyfriend, somebody in a car, on a couch, anywhere in public.
Mm.
You get stopped by a cop.
Mm.
A badge bunny would have sex with the cop to let them go.
Oh my God, I would love to have sex with a cop. That would be so cool. Yeah, if I could fucking do that and then get like, oh man, don't threaten me with a good. Like, we're gonna use the handcuffs too, because that would make it so much better.
Absolutely. Have you had sex in a
Heck
cop car?
yeah,
Have you
heck
had sex
yeah.
in a squad car?
Hmm?
Have you had sex in a cop car? Squad car?
No, no, I've never. Yeah, that's how I like to do it for sure.
Do you have fantasies about men in uniforms? So
No,
people
I
look.
don't think so. Usually my fantasies men are naked, so
Um, we touched on it earlier, but if you're in a relationship, you're. I asked. Never mind. Jezebel, and you, the person. Which one is the bigger slut? Jezebel, the sex performer. Jezebel, the person.
Probably Jezebel the person. Yeah, she's probably for sure. Yeah.
And we use the word slut jokingly in our business, but what does that word mean to you?
Slut is a girl that will have sex and she doesn't necessarily need to get paid for it. She just wants to do it.
Dun, 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 dun. Have you ever had sex in your parents' house when they were home?
Oh my God, yeah, lots of times.
Did you ever
Yeah.
get caught?
Uh, mhm. Not by my mom, but my little brother did one time. Kept me.
Have you ever used sex to get out of trouble?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay. Everybody wants to be famous except me. How far
Mm.
would you go to become famous, sexually or otherwise?
How far
Or
would
what
I
would
go?
you
What
do?
do you mean? Like, would I take
Uh,
somebody out?
I don't know.
I mean,
I,
I don't know. That's a good
I've had girls
question.
tell me some crazy shit. So
How far would I go to be famous? Ooh, what would you do for a Klondike bar? I don't. Mm, I don't know. I don't think I would kill anyone. Obviously, I wouldn't. It de- I don't know. It just depends because all that glitter isn't gold. Like I'd rather probably be. I don't know. I feel like I'd be one of those people. They win the lottery and you don't know who they
Yeah.
are.
You'd make
So,
bad choices and have people you shouldn't have around you if you won the lottery, just like you did in porn, probably.
mm,
Anyway, um, that's pretty much it for the second part of this. Anything we just discussed there you were not happy with? Anything I need to
no,
take out?
that was fine.
Isabel, thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. We're off right now. As I get further along with my gig, I'd like to talk to you more. It's not all porn, by the way. It's
Okay.
not all hardcore, blah, 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 blah. I shoot more softcore now than I do. I get more usage out of softcore than I do hardcore. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Mm,
and there's commercials too. I'm putting commercials in my thing, and everybody thinks I'm crazy. There's a reason for that, but I can't
nothing
talk
wrong with
about
that.
it. So I will put this stuff together. If I can help you with anything, if you decide you want to go to XRCO, try and let me know as soon as you can, because I can probably get you to present if you want to present.
Okay, that would be really cool. Yeah, for sure. I'll know more about what I'm doing in April. So,
Yeah, and if you come to Chicago, I would love to do a day in the life piece.
oh, that
So,
would be really nice. Okay.
and do you have any use for pictures we have of you from different shows and stuff, or old videos or anything? I don't like the word old, but
Not right now, but yeah, when I get my website going, I definitely will have
yeah,
a use for things like that for sure.
okay.
As
And do you work on?
I definitely like to like archive and
Yeah,
my fans they love the nostalgia of it, so I think that's cool to have that.
do you work on PC or Mac?
I think this is a PC. I don't know. Yeah, it's a laptop. I guess I don't know what to say. You saw me trying to log into the Zoom. I'm not computer literate at all. But yeah, I have a my friend. He usually helps with like all my editing and stuff like that. So I don't worry too much about the computer. But it's a good computer. It can do a lot.
No, because if you're on PC and you need software, let me know. Don't buy it.
Oh no, no.
I can pretty much get everything for free.
Okay, yeah. I think I have like Photoshop and Adobe on here too.
And I think the other thing for laptops is, what portable software is? Probably a
Hmm?
lot better. You know what portable software is?
Mm-mm.
Basically, you don't install it. You'd put
Mm.
Photoshop on your desktop, you'd open it, you'd work, you'd close it, it was never there.
Right, right,
And it helps not clogging up your system so much because you've got so much stuff installed.
right. That
That's
makes
about the
sense.
short way to explain it. And if you can you get me like 5 safe for work pictures and maybe 5 topless pictures if possible?
I'm sorry?
Can you get me like 10 photos, 5 safe for work, and maybe 5 topless?
Oh, okay.
We're
Sure.
gonna do
Mhm.
stories and stuff, and we do this way because I can do one piece is gonna be the 20 clues, then the other part is the other.
Okay.
And then the idea with my series is, which is what I want to talk to you about, we really want to combine my first interview with you from however long, just all the stuff. The idea with my thing too is I've got 30 years worth of footage.
Right.
So I literally could cut a piece of Tara Patrick and then put you right next to it, or put you somebody from the 90s, or just put
Right,
it all
right.
together. So
That's
I
cool.
hope it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you again. Thank you for
Thank
waiting. I
you.
appreciate it. And don't be a stranger.
All right, I won't. So good to see you again.
You too.
It's been
Take
a
care.
while.
Yeah.
You have a good day.
You too.